Well, I applied for the fellowship and I was really pleased to get the fellowship because for two reasons. One is that London, and in particular the SAS and its affiliates, is one of the great research centres for classics and philosophy. And as an ancient philosopher, there couldn't be a better place to do it. And it has all these resources like the ICS and the Warburg and the libraries. And the second reason is that London's the cultural capital of the world, and it's an amazing opportunity to be in a brilliant city, both for research and for culture. So my area of specialization inside ancient philosophy, I have several different areas, but what I'm working on at the moment is St. Augustine, and in particular his philosophy of mind. And more precisely, I'm working on one book by him, the De Trinitate, his work on the Trinity, which is an original work where he tries to explain something about the Trinity by looking at the human mind, which he thinks the man is made in the image of God, according to Genesis. So he looks at the mind of the man, human minds, in order to try and understand something about the Trinity. And my own interest is not so much in the Trinity, but in the view of the mind that he comes up with as a result of that project. Well, I'm working towards writing a translation and commentary on Book 10 of Augustine's De Trinitate. So that's the main work, but I'm not going to finish that. I've been preparing for that for quite a few years. But what I'm doing now is sort of the direct, line by line, paragraph by paragraph research. So that's going to be that'll probably be finished in another year. But will have done most of the work here. That's the big result that I want. And I'm writing 3 articles here on 3 different parts of the work. One about self-knowledge, one about the Trinitarian structure of the human intellect, and one about the phenomenology of the subject. These are the 3 kind of big issues in that book of the Augustine. So I'm hoping to get 3 articles, 3 new articles and a commentary out of the 6 months that I've been here. And if I succeed, that'll be in my field, that's a really kind of huge achievement. One great thing about the fellowship I have is that it allows me to do research at the sort of highest level, where the highest level means that it's actually quite difficult. It's not designed for the general public. It's the kind of research that you need to have the generous funding and incredible research libraries and collaboration to actually get done. So then there comes a time when you want to, having done that research and seen the new sort of finer details that a small number of scholars can appreciate, then you want to be able to proselytize and explain to people, look, this is really exciting. In general, so I can say something. In general, my project with Augustine is this, that his work, Augustine altogether, has been treated mainly as a theologian, which is unsurprising given his historical role in Western society. But he's also an ancient philosopher, but ancient philosophers don't read him. So what I'm trying to do is to rescue these incredible philosophical texts and make it open to people from the sort of philosophical side that I'm in, to actually read these texts and see how impressive they are and how exciting they are and how novel they are. But also to do that in a historically based way and not in the anachronistic way that when Augustine is read by philosophers, he currently is. Well, the advantage of doing fellowship, one, that you have access to these resources and libraries in particular, and 2, that this is the sort of hub of a very large network of or set of different networks. And in principle, it gives you the opportunity to sort of make contacts all around, if you don't have them already, to make contact all around and to participate in whatever's going on in your subfield or sort of wider field, especially if you're sort of slightly interdisciplinary in the way that I am. You have all these different groups, in fact too many to take advantage of in a short period, but to give you a real opportunity to meet lots of different groups around in the University of London and even just sort of people who live in London who are in your field. And this is much better than going to one college, which I've done before, going to one college at Cambridge or one college at Oxford, because it's deliberate, it's a designed community. So it's loose, you can do what you want, but it's actually meant to bring people together if they, to the extent they want to. So I think there really are advantages to being here. I mean, big advantages to being here.